Good morning, Disney. Good morning, Saturday. Good morning, Reagan.
Good morning, Dad.
It's time for another episode of We Have Spoken, where me and Reagan, my favorite Disney nut, just like me, talk about everything that is Star Wars, the Saturday edition of Good Morning Disney. We took all week off on Good Morning Disney for a bunch of reasons, but me and you can't miss the Saturday show of We Have Spoken. We got stuff to talk about. There's all kinds of Star Wars news, but we thought we would share our top 5 droids of all time. You love droids, right?
Yeah.
Why do you love droids?
Because they're always a main part of the Star Wars universe. Even like the originals ended up playing minor parts in the, they all ended up playing mini parts, but they all ended up being main characters in the shows. Like they started out as mini characters, like characters that didn't have that much significance at first, but then they end up having big roles.
So it's been said by people smarter than me that Star Wars is a story told from the perspective of droids. Have you heard that before?
I think so, yeah.
When we start off with New Hope, the first episode, albeit episode 4, Star Wars, we're watching an invasion take place, and then we quickly turn towards R2 and C-3PO. And then it's a story of them. They get off of the ship. They go down to, Tatooine.
Yeah.
They have the message from Leia to Obi-Wan, and R2 and C-3PO and later BB-8 basically tell us the story throughout. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is incredible.
It's amazing. So we're going to go through our top 5 Disney droids of all time. But before we do that, we're going to talk about, let's just get an idea of who's out there. Shall we? Let's check this out from, a really good, there's a bunch of articles out there about this. I think this is pretty fun to go through. So we'll just look at the top 10. Now, this is from CBR.com. I don't know, but it was one of the easiest ones that had some nice pictures to show you guys. Number 10 on their list, R4P17. While not as famous as another astromech droid like R2-D2, this one played an important role in the Clone Wars. And I put that, obviously it's on the list, so we're going to talk about it, but I know you love the Clone Wars. I don't know this one very well. IG-88 from the Mandalorian. This one's pretty awesome. He starts off.
That's IG-88 from Empire Strikes Back. No. IG-11.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I'm always right.
With this stuff, you are. Class 4 assassin droid who first appeared in The Empire Strikes Back. It, along with a few bounty hunters, including Boba Fett, was hired by the Empire to track down Millennium Falcon
and Luke Skywalker.
While IG-88 wasn't the one to find the Millennium Falcon, it continued to work as a bounty hunter in the years that followed. It appears for just a moment in the Empire, but quickly stood out as something different. The idea of the bounty hunter droid would become a major part in the first season of Mandalorian, which is exactly what I was thinking. Very cool. Look at you. That's why we have her on the show. Shockingly to me on this list, number 8, C-3PO. I think he's going to be higher on both of our lists. I can't speak for hers. I haven't asked her what her list is yet. Number 7, 4LOM. I don't even know why this is on here. Imagine if instead of being annoyed and cowardly, C-3PO went as dark as the man who built him. That's what 4LOM was. I don't know. There's so many more that would have made my list, but there you go. This one I love a lot from Rogue One, K2SO. Love this one. Captain Cassian Andor, Jyn Erso, and K2SO had some pretty cool scenes. Let's put it that way. Now, this is one I thought originally IG-11 from Mandalorian, right? How did you know it was different?
For one, because IG-11 doesn't has that harness, and 2, because I looked at the number on top.
An assassin droid like IG-11, like IG-88, excuse me. IG-11 was sent out by the last remnants of the Empire. The early days of the New Republic to find Grogu, a Force-sensitive child, and he kind of finds him. He's going to take him. He's going to shoot him. Mando becomes a hero by taking him out.
Yeah.
But what a cool droid this was. Then he gets fixed. Then he becomes a nanny, which is kind of crazy. Pretty fun, right? Number 4, L337. This one's kind of creepy. I'm not going to lie. Lando's buddy.
It is freaky.
Custom-made piloting droid L337 worked alongside a young Lando during the early days of the Empire. One of my favorite scenes in all of these movies is when I'll say it, lets the droids out. Be free. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But other than that, she was a little creepy. Number 3, BB-8.
He's one of my favorites.
Oh, me too. One of my favorite meetups. One of the best meetups at Star Wars in my Star Wars land in Disneyland. Number 2, Chopper. Not gonna make my top 5. I'm gonna say it, but I fell in love with her or him with her watching. What were we watching? Where's Chopper?
Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah,
no,
but
actually, no. Chopper is in Rebels. What we watch is Clone Wars.
Well, but I discovered Chopper through Bad Batch. And then number 1, R2-D2. I don't know who's going to be number 1 on your list, but I'll get going. Let's say hello to everybody in chat, though. We haven't yet. Welcome in, everybody. I know Saturday mornings is a weird time, but I'm so glad to see all you guys. Fulton's in the house. What's going on? Pete McDevitt in the house. How you doing, Pete? Sandy Norris in the house. What's going on, Sandy? Michael Superbacker. What's going on, buddy? Mar in Memphis in the house. Richard Scott, good morning to you. This is my show on Saturday mornings with and for her. We talk Star Wars. Let's get right to it. Do you want to tell me your favorite, or do you want me to start? My favorite droid or your favorite droid? Which one do you want to start with?
You can go first.
I got to go with R2-D2. I feel like the story of Star Wars
real fast. Are we going our favorite first?
We'll do number 1 first. It's just easier.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, though.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Number 1 for me is R2-D2. The story of Star Wars is kind of told through the story of R2-D2. He's where Princess Leia puts the note, the video, whatever you want to call it.
Holodisc.
That sets everything in motion. We meet our Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker, and all of it happens through that. And he never goes away. He's got the plans to the Death Star. He's got the peace he's all throughout. Mars says, give Reagan a big hug. I will. And I love him. He's my favorite. It was hard to pick. I was thinking about this last night. After she went to bed, I was going through the list so I would have a good number 1. And for me, number 1 and number 1A is really close. But after I thought about it a little bit, number 1 for me is R2-D2. But it's close. But before I tell you who my number 2 is, who is your number 1 droid?
BB-8.
BB-8 might be who I'm going to say in a minute. Why is BB-8 your favorite droid?
For one, because he's much cuter than R2-D2.
I mean, he's pretty cute. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's just a robot, but okay. It is.
And because one time when we were staying at a Disney resort, I bought a giant R2-D2 toy. I mean, BB-8 toy. It's a red BB-8 droid, and you can roll him around, and it is so cute.
One of my favorite meetups at the Disney.
Yeah, we did do a meetup with.
I love the Chewbacca one. I love the Darth Vader one, but the BB-8 one is it's my favorite. I mean, of the Star Wars meetups, it's my favorite. I love it. I don't know. It's something that's cute, fun. I think him rolling on the sand early on in that first movie that he appears, when we first meet BB-8 and we're first meeting, we're meeting Finn. We're meeting all of them. Let's be real. But he takes it over pretty quick. His cute running around on that sand. Yeah. I don't know. I loved it. So for me, number 2 is BB-8. R2-D2, number 1. Number 2, BB-8. Who's your number 2?
Probably R2-D2.
So yeah, there you go. So we just switched ours. So BB-8, R2-D2 for me. R2D or the other way around. R2-D2, BB-8 the other way around. That's fun. I love that. Tell me about why you think R2-D2 is number 2. We've already talked about it a little bit, but go ahead.
Well, I kind of picked it for the same reasons as you did, because he did start the original trilogy. Not to mention, I think that's really cool how, in a way, Star Wars was told through the eyes of a droid. I just think it's really cool, and I have a respect for the classics and the originals.
I love it. Good stuff. All right. For me, number 3, you ready to move on?
Yep.
For me, number 3, we got to go to Rogue One. And if you know your droids and I said Rogue One, you already know where I'm going. K2SO is awesome. I loved Rogue One. I think it is so underrated as a movie. I think it's one of the best Star Wars offerings in our galaxy. And this droid was amazing. One of my favorite scenes involving K2SO was when Jin takes out what looks like K2SO. He falls, and then K2SO's behind and says, wait. Or first he says, thank you. And he says, wait, did you know that wasn't me? I don't know. His sarcastic way was to me was how C-3PO should have been, even better. I like C-3PO, but I loved K2SO. For me, K2SO really is number 3. Number 3 for you, I feel like we might go to the Clone Wars with yours, but who's your number 3 droid?
Chopper.
Chopper. I thought you might say that. Why Chopper? Tell us about Chopper. If you don't know who Chopper is, you need to tell them.
Well, just so for all of you who don't know, Chopper is a droid that belongs to Hera. She's a Twi'lek and a member of Star Wars Rebels. And Chopper, he has such a funny personality. Like, he will run into people when he's angry. He will shock them when they're being stupid. He will do the most hilarious things. And he's also such a great character.
So I didn't know Chopper because I didn't watch the Clone Wars. I've watched some of them with you, obviously, but I didn't fall in love with them like you did until, we started on New Year's Eve. But seeing him on the Bad Batch.
Chopper is in Rebels, not Clone Wars.
I'm sorry. Well, I haven't seen any Rebels yet. But watching him on Bad Batch and how he interacts was a lot of fun. I think if I had watched all of Clone Wars and then Rebels, he might make my list too, because I know people who have watched all of them love this droid a lot. So I feel bad that he doesn't make my list. I feel like he probably should. So your list is probably more complete than mine. Pete says, I still say the best villain in Droid is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones owns the Cowboys. He's just jealous. You know who the Ravens owner is? No, you don't. You don't know why? Because he's just the Ravens owner. We love Jerry Jones here in Dallas. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Anyway, we got some droids in the stadium. Okay, that's a whole other thing. So we're through number 3. Hallmark has a K2SO as a Christmas ornament. Oh, yeah? Oh,
that's cool.
Mark collects ornaments like we do, and she collects Hallmark ornaments even more than we do, frankly. And what did we get? Did we get a Beauty and the Beast Hallmark last year? I don't know. I might have to go check that out. The problem with the Hallmark.
We got your Jack Skeleton one last year.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about which Star Wars one we got. I think we got. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Doesn't matter. We've got a few. We did
get a Ray one a few years ago.
I'm very into Christmas ornaments, and we've gotten into Hallmark ornaments lately, probably because of Mar and other people in my life that make me want that stuff. But I don't have a lot of Star Wars.
And you guys should see his office when Christmas time rolls around. He digs out literally 5 different Christmas trees, decorates them all in 5 different Disney
I'm really
ornaments.
hoping to get the office ready this year by Halloween so I can show everybody everything. It's pretty fun.
Seriously, he does every tree in a different theme. A Nightmare Before Christmas one, a Star Wars one.
Well, I love that you're saying that because that's where I was going with that. I did a Star Wars one last year, but it wasn't great. And so I added a few last year. I don't have a lot, but yeah, I might need a K2SO. I'm about as lost about Jerry Jones as Reagan is. Jerry Jones is the owner of the Cowboys. It's amazing how BB-8's head doesn't fall off and get lost as he rolls. I love that. And I remember when we saw BB-8 before the movies came out, we're like, well, how is that going to work? And it works. It just works just great. I love it.
Yeah.
See, I was watching some shows on behind the scenes of the rides, the attraction show on Disney Plus yesterday, last night. And Doug Chiang, who is one of the artistic directors of Star Wars, he's done most of the ships. Anyway, it just got me thinking about being a designer back in the day in Star Wars, and I think the droid design would be probably as much fun as a creature design. I think designing them, so much creativity. Anyway, K2SO is my favorite, says Pete. I love him. I love him too. All right, so let's go. I'll go with my 4th now. I'm gonna scroll because I didn't write it down, and I gotta find who it was. Here, no. It was, we haven't done C-3PO yet. So C-3PO is number 4 for me. So number 4, C-3PO, kind of annoying, but kind of iconic. I think it's funny too. So the actor inside C-3PO and the actor inside R2-D2 really didn't get along. And the characters didn't go along. I find that hilarious. The sarcasm, I love that he's throughout all the movies. I love that. I love that he's so valuable in that he can help them with so many things, yet he's so annoying, and everybody's annoyed with 3PO the whole time, but he's steady and he's through it. I think this is probably because he's so involved in all of the shows. I have to pick him. I don't know. I don't love him, but I couldn't do without him. Who's your number 4?
IG-11.
IG-11. Why?
For one, because he is a really cool character.
I'll pull up IG-11 so they can see him, in case they don't know.
And
there you go, right there.
That's IG-88.
Oh, you're right. See, I did it wrong again. They don't see the top. Tell them about IG-11.
IG-11 is one of my favorite characters. He's from The Mandalorian, and also he's such a really cool character. And I thought it was really interesting how all Creel had to do was replace a few wires and change a few things things, and he ended up making IG-11 that was once a hunter into a nursing and protecting droid. I just think that was cool.
That was cool. I mean, to not include him on the list is almost impossible because that sacrifices. So first of all, he's super cool in season or episode 1 and episode 2 of Mando. Amazing, right? That was such an amazing scene, and it brought us all into the Mandalorian. So he has such a big part in bringing us into the Mandalorian. But then in his second iteration as the nurse to Grogu, his sacrifice is pretty epic.
Yeah, I agree.
And very, very symbolic.
I think it's really cool how IG ended up saving Mando's life.
Yeah, well, so this droid kind of melts himself, right, to save Grogu.
Yeah.
And then we've got Anakin, who kind of melts a little bit, but turns into a little bit. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I find it fascinating. I don't know. That's a pretty good pick. Anything else you want to say about them until one of us names our number 5?
I've covered everything.
Number 5 on my. Do you want to do your number 5, or you want me to do it?
You can do it.
Number 5 on my list. I'm scrolling. Oh, it's not even on here. It's not even on here. That's why I couldn't find it. I was a little confused. Doesn't even make it. Do you know who your 5 is? Can I get rid of this thing?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stop sharing though. Number 5 on my list. You can find on Star Tours. You can find in Oga's Cantina, DJ Rex. Rex is the pilot on Star Tours. Rex is now the DJ in Oga's Cantina. He's not very good at either of those jobs, but he cracks me the heck up. I love this little droid. I don't know. Behind the scenes show last night watching on Star Tours, probably the reason I picked this one. It's Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman's voice is hilarious. Hey, Eclectic Meemaw, what's going on? By the way, I haven't said thank you to the members. We've got Mar in Memphis. We got Eileen. We got Eclectic Meemaw. If I'm missing anybody who's a member of the channel, thank you so much for being members of the channel. And thanks for spending a little time here on Saturday morning. I love DJ Rex. I just think he's funny. He makes me crack up. There's so many I could have picked. There's so many that almost make my top 5 list. It would be easy to do a top 10 list. Do you have your top number 5 yet?
Yes. I don't know what it's called, but it's literally BB-8's evil twin, because in one of the newer episodes, I'm pretty sure it was Rise of Skywalker, they have a black BB-8. It literally looks like him, but it's his evil twin. It's funny, and those two do a quick fight scene, and BB-8 wins, and it is so funny.
It's BB-9E. Star Wars: The Last Jedi pits BB-8 against its dark side, BB-9E. Let's find a picture. There we go. Kind of fun, right?
Yeah, that's funny.
Kind of scary looking.
He has an evil twin.
In The Last Jedi, good BB-8 will meet its dark side in a new droid character, BB-9E. That's a good call. I like it. Our top 5 Disney droids. We have some Disney news to talk, or some Star Wars news to talk about. Usually I like to share these with you guys, mostly to get her reaction on them. Not a ton going on. Droids Ranked was what we just did. If you just got here, thank you so much. The top 5 Disney droid, top 5 Star Wars droids is what we were handling today. We've got rumors about the Mandalorian. There's footage of a Mandalorian video game coming out. Are you interested? Would you like a video game on our video game system?
That sounds fun. It
does. Also, we've got news that season 3 will be the end of Mandalorian.
What?
Well, I'd say that's good news. We know we're gonna get an episode 3 or season 3. But Lucasfilm reportedly will cancel the Mandalorian after season 3. 3 seasons is pretty good.
True.
From Epic Stream, giving credit where credit's due. I know we've said this. This is again from Epic Stream. This is not me talking. Countless times over the last 2 years, but it's worth mentioning again. The Mandalorian was instrumental in bringing fans' interest back to the Star Wars franchise. Obviously, blah blah blah. I'm gonna skip through that. No. Star Wars only. Star Wars: The Mandalorian will end on its 3rd season. This is really where it was announced. Star Wars only. At this point, the said rumor is a little hard to believe because The Mandalorian is easily the most popular and hottest Star Wars property right now. Lucasfilm will be foolish to end the series in such abrupt fashion, and not only that, it will definitely cause a mass hysteria amongst fans. You just saw her face. And given that the production company has been trying to win back its fan base, After the sequels, they can't risk getting on the wrong side. That's their opinion. I disagree. Good morning, Rob. How are you, buddy? I disagree with that totally. First of all, 3 seasons is a lot. Okay. Second of all, we've already got Boba Fett, which is a spinoff, and we've got other opportunities of spinoffs, right?
Yeah, but if a show is doing really well, you should keep it going.
Says you. I don't know if that's real. Tell that to Three's Company. Happy Days jumps the shark. I would say to you this. There was also rumors yesterday. So Disney decided to put out a Star Wars feature, one a year for 3 years. Not sure that was so successful. There was an article yesterday. We're running out of time, so I'm not going to pull up the article. I'm just going to get your thoughts on this and then talk to chat, and we'll be done for the day probably. But they're talking about 2 different Star Wars movies a year. We've got so much coming. So much Star Wars in the queue. Not only for Disney Plus, but for feature-length films. I think The Mandalorian will continue as the story grows, but the story of The Mandalorian, I mean, it's going to come to... We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi coming. We've got feature films. There's going to be tons of Star Wars. Again, 2 a year. How much is too much?
You can never have too much of a good thing.
Never have too much of a good thing. That's why my belly looks like it does. I met bacon. Rob says in the next Star Wars episode, there will be a droid named Ted Lasso is blowing up. You can't go on the internet without Ted Lasso reference. I haven't seen any of it. It's on Apple TV. I've never watched anything on Apple TV. We're going to need to start. I have Apple TV on my phone. I've never even clicked on the icon, but I guess it's time for me to get with the times, right? Anyway, good morning to you, Rob. Again, thank you to my members who are in green, Rob and Mar and Eclectic Mima and others. I've had fun today. We're coming to an end. What are you most excited about? Are you excited about maybe 2 Star Wars movies a year? Sounds like you want to talk about maybe you're sad about The Mandalorian after 3 seasons going away. Talk about your favorite droid. What is it you want to end with today's show telling the people about? That wasn't the best sentence of my life.
But it was funny.
What do you want to tell them?
I mean, I am a little upset that The Mandalorian will come to an end, but I think it'll also be a good launch. But I think The Mandalorian was a good launch to start a lot of new Star Wars stuff, and I am excited to see what will come next.
I mean, if we don't have... Thanks, Pete. We don't have more Mandalorian after season 3, but we've got a Ahsoka series. And
which, fun fact, there's going to be a live-action version of Ezra Bridger and Sabine Wren, which are characters from the Star Wars Rebels in Ahsoka's show. I
think maybe next Saturday, because we always talk about what we want to do next week. I think maybe next Saturday we should talk about the top 5 things coming for the future for Star Wars, because there's probably 20 things I'm excited about. And I wonder if people really, I mean, us super nerds that are really into this probably know about it, but not everybody does. So maybe next week we'll talk about the top 5 things that are coming to us in the Star Wars universe. What do you think?
Sounds fun to me.
I think that's it. Just a quick Saturday morning show. It's not the most watched show on the internet. It's not the most informative Star Wars show on the internet, but it's my favorite show to do with her, whether we have 1 person in the chat or 100. This is my favorite half hour of the week because I love doing this with you. And I appreciate every one of you watching. I say this. I try to say this every week. I think that's it. I think we have everything. I think we have spoken for the week. What do you have to say to close up the show, baby?
Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you, and we have spoken. And have a distastic day.
Have a distastic day is right. Sandy says, missed you this week. I did take a week off of some live streaming. Just had some other things I was working on. But thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I will be live tomorrow night for Creator Talk Live, talking about how we grow on YouTube. If you are a creator anywhere, it doesn't have to be on YouTube. Doing a lot of that kind of thing right now. Lots of stuff going on. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm kind of planning for 2022. I know it's only August, but I really kind of took a step back this week to look at the totality of what we're creating and what I want to create moving on. And I'm pretty excited about some of the stuff that's coming, but you'll see when you see. Please check out Magic the Mouse Radio. My show, Disney Countdown, is on there. Week 2 is running right now. A couple more episodes of that to see on Magic the Mouse Radio. Week 3 starts Monday, and that'll be songs 90 through 86. It's really a blast. Having a great time with that. Hope you guys are enjoying that over on Magic Mouse Radio. Well, oh, thank you, Sandy. I'm having so much fun doing it. I don't know if I'm any good at it, but I know I'm having a lot of fun with it. So anyway, for I think that's enough for now. Again, I will be live again tomorrow night, 10 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock Eastern time for Creator Talk Live. I do have 3 different videos I'm working on right now. I'm not sure if any of them will be finished today. They might all be finished today, but there's a bunch of stuff coming your way. So please stick around. Subscribe if you haven't already. Love you all. And one more time, we have spoken. Have a
Distastic day.
bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.